And at 2-1, there's the fly ball, short right field. It's on the ground. The Nationals are going to win it. And Ryan Zimmerman does it again. Today's drama stars Livan Hernandez in his final start of 2011. Curtain up on the Levo Show next on Masson. Head day. Ryan Zimmerman featured on those fat heads. You can go home and put right on your wall, and why not? Because when it comes to crunch time, nobody in baseball better. Bob and FP, that ninth inning, another unexpected, wonderful way to win a ball game last night.
Yeah, it was just a matter of right man in the right spot. I can think of a lot of guys that I would walk to get to in that situation. I think Ryan Zimmerman might be the last guy. And I'm talking about Pujols, Ryan Braun, guys like that. When Zimmerman's up there, you know something good is going to happen. And last night, it happened once again. And I don't know why we're surprised every single time it does happen. But last night, the ninth inning was key. You look at Jesus Flores, who had a big night last night, a couple of doubles, and that hit right there. And to me, there's the key right there. Ian Desmond in a 3-1 count, getting the bunt down. He fouls that ball off. He's got to swing away. Then you walk Roger Bernardino to get to a guy who's done this 14 times in his career, 8 via home run. And you talk about a clutch guy, ninth inning batting average this year, 400 with 2 home runs, 11 RBIs. It's the highest of any inning he has. And in extra innings, he's only hitting 571. So, I mean, there's got to be another word besides clutch for Ryan Zimmerman.
3 of the last 4 wins have occurred in the last at bat for the Nats. 11 walk-off wins on the year, tied for the lead all over baseball. And it's number 14 for Ryan Zimmerman since '06, and that leads Major League Baseball. So it's a nice lead-in to an afternoon when we regretfully will probably see Livan Hernandez, barring injury to somebody else, pitch his last game of the year. And it's still early September.
Yeah, this might be the last Levo show. We're closing the curtain on it, but it's been a fantastic ride for Nats fans and anybody that's seen this guy pitch throughout his career. You talk about the ranks. He ranks first in active players in quality starts with 260. Grounded into double plays. How about this one? 290. He's second in innings with only 3,016 and a third. Batters faced, 13,500. And he's thrown over 50,000 pitches. So we enjoy Livan Hernandez, and I think the fans here are going to enjoy him too, maybe for the last time today.
Yeah, and to many Nationals fans, he is Washington pitching since '05. He's walking off the field right now, doffs his cap, and he's getting a standing ovation. So Danny, Ian, all the guys are warming up, getting ready for a hot and humid Sunday of baseball. The Nats trying to win a series against the Mets. Baseball on Masson, brought to you by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network. And by Hyundai. It's fuel efficient, affordable, stylish, and safe, and it is a Hyundai. Just a moment ago, real nice moment coming in from the bullpen. Levon, the crowd support swelling. He doffs his cap to his adoring fans. And we hope it's not the last time we see this in his career, but it figures to be the last time this year. Visit Train.com for an independent Train comfort specialist dealer near you. Hard to stop a Train. 88 degrees, fairly muggy here. This will be one of those days when contact well made should result in a ball flying far. Here's the Mets lineup. They don't like Jose Reyes to play day games after night games just yet. So Ruben Tejada, who's a bit bruised up himself, they were able to get him into the lineup. They made the change about an hour and a half ago. Lucas Duda doing a good job among rookies driving in runs. He is considered, though, a bit of a defensive liability in right field. And he did not get to that fly ball last night. And here's Levon Hernandez making his 40th career start against the Mets with a record of 13 and 15.
And last time out, received some serious offensive support. 4 home runs, 9 runs in the 9-2 rout over the Braves. And it was typical Levo show. Pitched well, fielded well, hit well. 7 innings of 5-hit ball, allowed just 2 runs. Defense today behind Levon Hernandez. Bernardina, Worth, and Ankiel in the outfield. Desmond and Zimmerman on the left side, Espinoza, Marrero on the right side, and Wilson Ramos in the squat. When you look at the outfield today, something to keep an eye on. Anytime you have 3 center fielders playing in the outfield, balls in the gap might be an adventure. You got 3 guys used to going after the baseball, used to being the captain out there. While they can cover a lot of ground, we'll keep an eye on the communication between 3 guys used to having priority.
Here's Ruben Tejada hitting .280. And he's 4 for 9 career against Levon Hernandez. Mets are hitting .265, second in the league. They're 7th in runs. And the first pitch is on the outside half. We're underway at 137. And a ball slap foul. Ruben Tejada, 21 years of age, from Panama. Brian Onora, 15-year veteran, has the plate. Alfonso Marquez, Mark Wegner, Cucci, Ed Rapuano on the bases. Levo goes right after him, and he lines it hard. Jason Worth right there. Levon since 07 has been very, very good against the Mets. His lifetime ERA against him, 4.06. Lucas Duda hits everybody but the Nats. He's 2 for 7, though, with a home run in this series. And Ryan Zimmerman, definitely a second-half guy. You would really love to see what his numbers might have been had he been healthy this year. Missed a lot of time in the first half, but the Nationals are sure glad to have him. He's playing what Tommy Lasorda used to call championship baseball right now.
Second half guy and second half of the game guy.
How about overtime guy? Sudden death, he loves it. Out of play off the bat of Justin Turner, riding a 5-game hitting streak in this series. He's 3 for 10. Turner surprisingly shows up as the 4th leading hitter in the league with runners in scoring position. Strike call, 1-2. There's the big slow curveball.
And look at those stats for Levon that we just talked about in the open. The one that gets me, batters faced, 13,500 now, 1 batter that Levon Hernandez has faced in his career. And tell me that's not a guy you want around helping young pitchers.
There's a chopper. Levon's going to backhand it. And right over to Chris Marrero for the second out.
I love it. Levo show starting early today. We always love to watch him field. Backhand side, I got this one. Stand and throw. Just like a shortstop wheeler in the hole.
You know what's kind of interesting? I just took 13,000 and divided it by the number of his starts. It came out to 27 batters per game. The number of outs everybody would love to get. Levon's done that 50 times in his career with 9 shutouts.
If I try to divide that, I'd be here for 9 innings.
I got a friend over here named Sharp who took care of that for me.
Still.
No balls in 1 strike, Lucas Duda, and that one misses outside. Duda 2 for 7, homer, 2 RBIs in this 3-game series. He's 1 for 3 career against Levon, and a 2-1 pitch. Grounded. Chris Marrero to his right. He'll race to the bag and give Levo a 1-2-3. Top of the first. There in left field, and here come the Nats. They've raised their team batting average a couple of points over the last few days. Wilson Ramos hitting .583 this season against the Mets. And the Nats' other catcher, of course, Jesus Flores, they took as a Rule 5 from the Mets 4 years ago. So the lineup is interesting, mainly for the defense because of Worth in center and Ankiel in right, Bernardina in left. Hopefully some hits among this starting 8 against Mike Pelfrey, who has started in his career against the Nats 16 times. He's 4-6 with a 4.22 ERA.
He received a yell in a 6-0 defeat against Florida on August 30th. Through 6 innings, gave up 4 runs on 6 hits. He walked 4, struck out 3 through 116 pitches, 66 strikes. Fastball, slider, cutter, curveball from Pelfrey. I'm going to keep an eye on him today because I'm reading something online. Brian Costa of the Wall Street Journal counted 89 licks his last start. He licks his hand, he licks his lips, he licks his arm. 89 times in 6 innings his last start.
And in this economy, evidently the Wall Street Journal doesn't have anything better to do.
Well, apparently Mets fans have noticed this. It's kind of a habit that he has.
1 ball, 1 strike. Desmond 4 for 9 with a homer and a sacrifice in this series, and Ian .337 over his last 20 games. Up the middle, Pelfrey grabs the 1-hopper. It was right on his glove side, and I'm not sure if the ball found him or vice versa. 1 out.
The defense today for the Mets behind Mike Pelfrey. Bay, Pagan, and Duda in the outfield. Tejada and right on the left side. Turner and Satin on the right side, and Nicky is doing the catching.
Yeah, Josh Satin making his major league debut over there for the Mets. September call-up. Young man from California. We'll talk about him later. And here's Roger Bernardina. Home run last night, 1 for 5 in the series. Goes up hacking here and flies one in routine fashion to Angel Pagan. 2 outs. Bringing in Ryan Zimmerman. We have Kids Run the Show Day here, and we've got a young man doing some announcing, and he laid a pretty emotional call on his third baseman right there.
Solid.
Ryan in the series, couple of RBIs on that swing last night, 3 for 9. After the game, some of the Mets guys were bemoaning the fact that Willie Harris and Jason Pridey had already been used and were not in right field for that flare that Lucas Duda, not known for any speed at all, failed to get to. And the Mets acknowledging Duda in there for his bat. And Ryan, hey, sometimes the Nats get a break too. You know, we've seen plenty of bloopers fall in for other guys. Any way to win a ball game, and that one between the second baseman and the right fielder last night. Pelfrey outside.
The thing was, when Duda dove for the ball, and I thought it was a great effort, he just missed it. Johnny Gomes had to retreat back to second base, so he wasn't just running on it because there was only 1 out. The ball was laying there. I'd say Johnny Gomes was about 5 steps off second, so there was still plenty of time to get that baseball and chuck it home and see what happens. He just kind of rolled away, and that was that.
Yeah, the Mets pretty much gave up on the ball. Justin Turner eventually picked it up, but by that time Gomes was nearly home. And another thing, you know, you could tell it was a tough base running play. Roger Bernardina wasn't even close to third base on that play. Fastball upstairs, 2-2.
It had the feel of a 2-out play, not a 1-out play.
Season series now 4-4 here as the Nats and Mets play in Washington for the final time. New York leads the season series 7-6. Swing and a miss. Zimmerman gone. And that'll do it for the Nats in the bottom of the first. Each pitcher with a 1-2-3. Jason Bay for the Mets. Call Luna for up to 70% off all flooring. Shop smart. Shop Luna at 877-241 Luna. Second half guys, they've each had their injury situations this year. Ryan, of course, out much more, but the kids from the Norfolk, Virginia Beach area getting it done. Runs, RBIs, not that much different. 2 outstanding players, still young in this game, David Wright and Ryan Zimmerman. David Wright, 7-game hitting streak. He's 11 for his last 22, and in this series he's 3 for 6. Homer, 3 RBIs, couple of walks. He's been tough. Levon had him reaching. Desmond circles it. Quick release. Well done. 4 in a row as Ian Desmond shows off that great finish.
Yeah, the key to this is getting around the baseball. You see the speed of the ball allows Desmond to get in front of it and kind of get his momentum going a little more toward first. You see him getting around that baseball, getting on top of the throw, and there's never been a question about the arm.
Next up, Angel Pagan. Pagan 3 for 8, 4 RBIs in this weekend. Counts even 1-1. Pagan, one of those guys who's waited his turn for playing time. Didn't get a whole lot with the Cubs. Came to the Mets. Understudy to Carlos Beltran for a while. And he laces one to the right side. Danny Espinosa. Boy, that ball got on him in a hurry.
Let's go back to the Ian Desmond play. I want to show you what I mean by getting around the ball. A lot of times Ian Desmond will kind of fade into the left field corner as he fields. He worked really hard on this ball to get around it and get his momentum going to first base that way. And sometimes he has a tendency maybe to drift a little bit that way and throw across his body, but that was a nice job of fighting real hard to create an angle and get your momentum going toward the base you're throwing to. And that's practice and hard work. But for you kids at home, whenever you're fielding the ground ball, it's all done with your feet, and you want to field the ball going toward the base you're throwing to, not away from it. Yeah,
and if he does that, he doesn't get David Wright. Jason Bay will hit one hard to left center. Bernardina's over there. Well, as we mentioned, 3 center fielders. We're going to have fun watching those guys in the gaps today.
Gaps are closed.
Worth and Keel and Espinosa. If you're a season ticket holder and would like to renew, you've got 11 days to do it. Thursday, September 15th, the deadline for a 5% discount. Red Carpet Rewards, Grand Slam Easy Payment Plan, and Curly W Renewal Gift are waiting for you at nationals.com/renew. Nice crowd on hand today. Labor Day tomorrow. Steven Strasburg against the Dodgers on Tuesday. By the way, John Lennon and Hiroki Kuroda in a game tomorrow at 1:05. Day games Monday and Thursday against the Dodgers, and under the lights Tuesday, Wednesday.
So 2 holidays back to back, Labor Day and Strasmus.
Fastball is up to Jason Worth. 8 for 29 career with an RBI against Pelfrey. 1 for 7 with a walk in this series. Rick Ankiel homered here last night. Actually, Friday night when he was starting. And the Nats have hit 133 this year, 7th in the league. Worth has 17 of those. Up the middle, ball hit off the end of his bat. Kicks way out in front of Pelfrey, and he recovers to get Jason Worth. He's handled 2 sharp comebackers so far.
Yeah, that ball was hit well. Nice play by Pelfrey just to knock it down. It had 5-hole written all over. A little skate save right there with his right cleat. Stands up and throws a bullet to first. You see the grip right there? That's just on his fingertips. Good sinking action. Nice play by Satin on the backside. That's how you protect the 5-hole, all you young goalies at home.
Four in a row by Pelfrey to start the ball game. He'll face Rick Ankiel now. Rick's had good success against him, 4 for 9.
And Pelfrey got a good fastball going today. My scouting report says he averages around 92 miles an hour, but it's been sitting at 94, 95 for the majority of this game.
And he drops in a slide piece at 79. Danny Espinosa all over the bases last night. Target in. Ankiel pulls it. Got him around the trademark. And to the bag is Josh Satin for the second out. Enjoy VIP seats, MVP each every game day at the all-new Skybox Sports Bar, only with Hollywood Casino, Charlestown Races. Nats Expo's all-time rookie home runs. Definitely a chance for Danny to set the all-time record. Zimmerman's 20 5 years ago, and Brad Wilkerson back in 02.
They find a way to hit one more home run and steal 7 bases. He'd be a 2020 rookie. That would be impressive. The 7 stolen bases might be the hard part.
Going to try to drag his way to first base. The race is on. Safe as Danny goes head first and reaches out. Base hit. Looked like Pelfrey was going to beat him.
And last night he reached base 3 times, hit by pitch, a walk and a single, and this is another way to reach base. A little base hit bunt. You see the hustle right there, and the little stutter step by Pelfrey cost him. Danny Espinosa dive into the bag. He had to get his feet right to touch the base. Talking about Pelfrey. You see the hand just getting in there, and that's a hard call for an umpire. Alfonso Marquez on top of it. When you talk to umpires, they rely on sound. The sound of the foot hitting the base, the sound of the ball hitting the glove, and there was neither on that call. And a lot of times when you slide head first into first base, umpires will automatically call you out because they have no reference point, but Marquez got that one perfect.
Boy, that replay made me a little nervous when I saw how close Pelfrey's spike came to Danny's left hand there. Great effort. You will never see Espinosa play anything but all out, and he steals a base hit right there. So here's Marrero. Chris is 7 for 26 in 7 games. Danny kind of jumped out to a big secondary lead there. By the way, Mike Nicky is the catcher, 2 for 9 in caught stealing, limited action this year.
All right, there's 2 schools of thought about sliding into first base. Everybody says it's slower. I used to do it. Danny Espinosa did it right there. And you saw it work. And I know I used to do it when I thought I was out, trying to buy a call, tricking the umpire. You know, maybe he buys into the false hustle thing, you diving into first base. But I never bought into it's not faster. Because if I was throwing my body forward as fast as I could, diving toward a base, and my feet were right underneath me if I ran through it, I felt like by diving there, it was faster. But I'm the only one that thinks that. I'm definitely in the minority. Everybody says that diving into first base is much slower.
The one time when it's a great play is when the first baseman has to come off the bag and try to make a tag on a bang bang.
Throw goes up, you go down.
Yeah, no way he can even reach you. Would a young hitter have a green light early in a ball game like this? Marrero doesn't have to worry about that. Takes ball 4 up and in. Suddenly the Nats have a threat.
And this isn't a case where Mike Pelfrey can just fool around with Wilson Ramos, because Livan Hernandez is on deck. So even with third base open, a lot of times pitchers will pitch an 8-hole hitter tough in this situation, trying to get to the opposing pitcher, but not with Livan Hernandez on deck.
Wilson Ramos has hit safely in 10 of his last 11 games at a .325 clip, and his batting average sitting at .255. Loves the Mets pitching so far in his career. And when you look at his amount of playing time this year, his 97th game, the Nats 138th. I mean, that's basically 40 games he has not played. And he's still driven in 40 runs, hit 12 home runs. Batting average on the way up. And suddenly Pelfrey having a hard time locating. Half of his homers and half of his RBIs here. That's a good number. It tells you that he's the same hitter everywhere. Batting average is much higher, but the run production half and half.
Funny watching Mike Pelfrey right now. He keeps glancing over to the on-deck circle at that guy, Livan Hernandez. He'll throw a pitch to Ramos. He'll look over in the on-deck circle. Ramos fouls off a ball. He looks over in the on-deck circle. You don't see that very often with the pitcher on deck.
Runner going off of second, but Ramos on a breaking ball strikes out. So Espinosa was on the move. The Nats strand a couple. No score into the third. in a row. Time for the FCA Sideline Report. Visit FCA.org, the Association for IT Pros. Happy birthday to Debbie.
Thank you, Bob. Now, today is scheduled to be Livan Hernandez's last start of the season. He's not scheduled to pitch again. And Davey Johnson said, though, he wants him to stick around and stay close to him.
I'm not planning on putting you in the bullpen. I'm not planning on letting you go anywhere. You know, when you get an off day, I want to play golf with you. I want to also ask what you think about some of these young arms that you see up here. His opinion would be valuable to me.
Well, and Levo told me, too, that he does not, know what's going to happen in his future, but he understands the decision to see the young pitchers. He said he really wants to stay with the Nationals. He would move into the bullpen and consider a role in long relief, but if he goes elsewhere, he wants to start. Bob, FP?
Just looking over Levo's career ledger, this breaks a long streak that I believe goes all the way back to 2000 of him making at least 30 starts a year. This will be number 29 today. But he understands that this is a rising ball club, young talent to look at.
That's all I needed to do is watch Tom Malone last night. Very impressive debut. Not too bad with the bat either.
Yeah, and actually this streak goes all the way back to 98 now that I further peruse his career record. Levo on a number of occasions has split the season between two different ball clubs. Just amazing, his durability. Active ranks, first in starts, quality starts, complete games with 52nd innings. 174 career wins, trying to equalize his career record today. And Josh Satin, in his first major league at bat, will dump a ball down the left field side and get himself a base hit.
Get the Major League Baseball sticker guy out.
Oh, yeah. They will confirm that. He's from Hidden Hills, California. Hit 325 at AA Binghamton this year, 312 at AAA Buffalo, and just got the promotion a few days ago, and he's got himself a hit. It's been verified.
There's the Major League Baseball sticker guy.
I think his name's Bob. That's in there for a strike to Mike Nikias.
To you, maybe. It's just funny to me getting back to Livan Hernandez. Pitches thrown coming into today, 50,071. And you see all these guys in today's game training, personal trainers, lifting weights, doing all the ball stuff on the abs, functional lifting.
5-inning pitchers.
Here's a guy right here that works hard between every start, has an unbelievable routine, but we talk about longevity, durability. I mean, how many guys, if you told them today, these 20-year-old kids that just got signed, you're going to throw 50,000 pitches in the big leagues, would say, okay, I'm in. I mean,
yeah.
And here's a guy that in Livan that probably doesn't do all that stuff. Like I said, works hard, has his own routine, but not into the weightlifting and all that other stuff that's kind of taken over today's game, where you see all the pulled obliques and guys on the disabled list. 474th consecutive start.
Yeah, and he didn't always throw 84 either. I mean, he threw as hard as anybody when he was young in his career. That ball is over the head of Desmond into left center. So the Mets' 7 and 8 hitters have come up big here, giving Mike Pelfrey a chance to bunt them ahead. 2 on, nobody out here in the second. Pardon me, top of the third. And Pelfrey, who has 3 sacrifices this year and 22 career, with a chance to get himself a lead if he can set things up here.
It better be a good bunt, too, because Livan Hernandez gets off the mound well. Ryan Zimmerman will be in his face. You look where Chris Barrero's starting out right now. Pinching him pretty hard.
Yeah, Ryan not pinching as much as Marrero. Wants to hold back in case there's a play over there. Livan will cover that near left side. If he bunts one right down the line hard, Ryan has no choice but to throw to first. And on a pitch outside, he'll pull off. Counts even 1-1.
I'm watching Ryan Zimmerman stance at third base right now. He's getting into a fielding position to where he can see the base runner behind him and the bunt.
They're going to push it to first, and Marrero wheels and fires, but I don't know if he didn't have a handle on it. He will turn around and tag out Pelfrey. Sacrifice good, 3 unassisted.
And that's one of those where you come up, you look at the primary option at third base. If you don't have a play there, choke it off and go to first. But that's one of those where Marrero reached into his glove, didn't get the baseball. Instead of throwing to third with a bad grip, just turn around and tag the pitcher and get an out. Smart play.
Talking about a big glove in there. That baseball can be in a lot of different sections of that glove by the time you pick one up. So it's back to the top of the order for Ruben Tejada, who lined out hard to Wirth starting the game.
There's a big part of me right now that would like to see a medium fly ball to right field. Just because I want to see the arm of Rick Ankiel.
I don't think he'd have to bounce it home from there. I think we're talking line drive all the way into the glove.
Just a nice medium fly ball to right, and sat and tagging at third and see what happens.
It's going to be a lot better than that for the Mets. Tejada will knock in 2 with an opposite field single. 3 hits in the inning. 2-0 New York.
And give Mike Pelfrey some credit for helping himself out by moving the runners along and setting the stage for Tejada. The pitch was up in the zone. Not trying to do too much, going the other way. That's how you drive in runs. So a last-minute substitution for Jose Reyes comes through big time.
Yeah, the Mets didn't want to have Reyes in the lineup today. As I mentioned earlier, reluctant to play him day games after night games, but they didn't know if Tejada could go. He got hit by a pitch the other day and has had a sore hand. And then they determined at about noon that he could play.
Well, Reyes was on the original lineup card.
Yeah. Yeah, they thought Tejada was unavailable, and then I guess he took some BP, and they figured, okay, let's get him in there. So 2 outs. Lucas Duda will be the next hitter. And he bounced out to Marrero first time up. That's a little bit outside. And Levon trying to paint the corner, misses.
A pretty good pitch from Livan Hernandez right there. And anytime he takes a walk around the hill, he's telling Brian O'Nora that he thought it was a strike.
Four-pitch walk, and now he has to deal with David Wright. Mets have their fourth base runner of the inning. And suddenly this inning has gotten very tense. David Wright very tough when he gets ahead. That's a breaking ball that misses.
And that's a good take by David Wright. I'm swinging at that pitch. That looked like a strike the whole way. Bottom dropped out of it. Probably looking for something else ahead in the count 1-0.
He'll hack it out to short. Desmond will wheel and fire to Espinosa. And the top of the third is over. New York gets a couple of runs on 3 hits. Levon leads off. New York 2-0. Charger built with a young at heart and passionate performance driver in mind. Visit your local Dodge dealer to learn more and schedule a test drive. Dodge Charger, part of that summer clearance sale. On to the bottom of the third. Levon, Ian Desmond, and then Roger Bernardino. Nats have a hit and a walk. 2 runners stranded so far. Pelfrey, 27 pitches. 16 strikes, first 2 innings. Levon hitting at a 10 for 44 clip this year. His career batting average is .222. And a little hopper right side for Justin Turner.
That one might have rattled his hands a little bit.
That'll bring in Ian Desmond and Roger Bernardina. In case you missed it, the Marlins won that rain-delayed game over the Phillies last night. And they're underway today, fourth inning. 2-2 down in Florida. Braves are underway at home and trailing the Dodgers 3-0. And the Dodgers have gone into Atlanta and won a couple of ball games. Desmond on a little fair chopper, pounced on by Nikias. 2 outs. We have a special season ticket offer for you for next year. Place a deposit now on 2012 season tickets. Get the rest of this season free. To check it out, drop by nationals.com/2012. So 2 for 1 or 4 for 2 next year, plus some pretty good baseball remaining this year, including 4 to 5 starts by Steven Strasburg if all goes well. Here's Roger Bernardina, fly to center on a first pitch. First time up. Just a little bit off speed, and he catches the corner with it. Belfry career record of 50 and 52, making his 142nd career start. Out of Wichita, played high school baseball there, played at Wichita State, Gene Stevenson's outstanding program there. He was a first rounder in 05 for the Mets, the 9th overall player taken. He's won 13, 10, and 15 the last 3 years. He's pitched over 200 innings twice. Comes into this ball game at 166, so he's well on his way to another 200. Struck out Ryan Zimmerman first time up. Busted bat, and Bernardina strong enough to muscle it down the line. And Ryan Zimmerman was ducking the barrel of that bat in the on-deck circle.
Great hustle.
Roger Bernardina, a 2-out double.
2-out hustle double right out of the box. Roger Bernardina's thinking 2 all the way. And as soon as he makes contact right here, he's thinking double. The ball was hit softly because of the broken bat. Placed well, and Bernardina turns on the Jets right there. A single for most, a double for Roger Bernardina.
His 10th of the year to go with a couple of triples and 6 home runs. And suddenly the Nats have life again with Ryan Zimmerman in there in an RBI situation. Ryan career 11 for 46 against Pelfrey with a home run and 5 batted in.
And check out Roger Bernardina's speed, and check out the handle. He's got the baton. He's the anchor of the 440. Drops it right there before he touches first base. So it's a good thing he dropped it before he did the head first slide at second. I would definitely take Roger on my relay team any day.
Yeah, I think in the 4x4 he'd have to be the last guy.
Absolutely.
Unless you just want an insurmountable lead and then the other 3 guys could just get home without pulling a hamstring and you win the thing. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zimmerman, a big time rip. 1 and 2.
Yeah, you could put Levo as the anchor. You start Bernardina as the first leg of the 440.
How about Bernardina, Bixler, Espinoza, and Levo.
Yep, winner every time.
One and two. Zimmerman swinging a foul tip, and he's down on strikes again. Iwo Jima. How's that beautifully framed from up there in Roslyn, the monument and the Capitol. For a better tomorrow. Those guys all have their jerseys on. They are getting ready to cream the celebrities in softball after this game today.
I was down there with those guys earlier. They're all fired up for the celebrity softball game after this one, but they're used to playing good competition.
Well, did they name the celebrity team the Washington Generals by chance?
Well, there's some good celebrities. Pat Sajak's here today. I'm looking forward to the game. Charlie Slows probably be leading off, squatting down, trying to work a walk. Gonna have some fun with those guys after the game. I can't wait. I met one of those guys, Josh, today before the game. Double amputee when he was 19 years old. He has a twin brother who's 2 inches taller than him. And he told the doctors the only thing he wanted was to be as tall as his twin brother. So they made his prosthetics 2 inches taller, and he got his wish.
That's awesome,
isn't it?
Yeah, I like the fact that he said as tall as, not taller than.
He's one of those 2 inches. I thought that was pretty cool.
Pagan, Bay, and Satin for the Mets, top of the fourth. Angel Pagan hit a hard line drive right at Danny Espinoza. First time. This will be about a 4-hopper. And a quick out for Levon to start his fourth inning of work. 45 pitches, 28 strikes, his first 3 frames. Bay and Satin. And Jason Bay goes up first pitch swinging. Some distance on that one, but Jason Worth is there, and he gathers it in. Catch all the action of the Nats' upcoming schedule with Xfinity, only from Comcast, your home for the most live sports. Day game tomorrow, 1 o'clock, John Land and Hiroki Kuroda. Night games Tuesday, Wednesday, Strasburg and Lilly. Wednesday, it's Chin-Ming Wong and Dana Eveland, and then a day game on Thursday, Ross Detweiler and Chad Billingsley. Get Xfinity today. Call 1-800-XFINITY. That man has to be chomping at the bit, and so are we. Here's Josh Satin, who got the Mets rally started in his first major league at bat with a base hit. First time up. Levon jammed him, and he just dumped a flare right down the left field line. 26 years old and finally getting his first big league game. .62", 200, 25th rounder back in '07. And Levon will paint him. 1-2-3 inning. Levon Hernandez with his first K of the day, and 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Brought to you by Verizon Wireless, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. And by Hyundai. If it's fuel efficient, affordable, stylish, and safe, it's probably a Hyundai. Team Store. Hot items on a hot day. Good time to go in there and cool off. And here we are at the ballpark. 88 degrees at game time, temperature climbing. And Masson wants to thank its fans who have followed along all season on Facebook, Twitter, and mobile alerts. On September 16, 17, 18, fans who are at Nats Park will receive chances to win exclusive Nats prizes and experiences all weekend. So follow us at Masson Nationals. Actually, Facebook.com/Masson Nationals, Twitter.com/Masson Nationals, and text Nats Social to 29292 for all of the details. That is upstairs to Jason Worth, and the bottom of the fourth is underway. Worth hit a sharp comebacker that Pelfrey knocked down, threw him out first time up. Rick Ankiel to follow, then Danny Espinosa here in the fourth.
This is one of those days where you just want to hang around if you're the Nationals. Mike Pelfrey coming off a 116 pitch performance last time out. Very hot day. Seems to be laboring already.
Yeah, and he only threw about 60% strikes in that game, so he was under pressure all day.
And he does have the good fastball going. He's been sitting right around 95.
He gave up 4 runs in 6 innings on 6 hits, walked 4. Took him a lot of pitches to go through 6. Wow. 3-1 to Worth. Outside, his second walk of the day. And the Nats have their leadoff man on for the first time. Rick Ankiel can't wait to dig in.
Mike Nickius went out there to tell Mike Pelfrey, don't worry, this guy's swinging.
And Keel pulled the ball first time to the first baseman and takes that one low. Rick got burned as a pinch hitter last night when 2 moves were made, but he was 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs on Friday night. Jason Worth back in there, always looking for a chance to advance on the bases. As a base stealer, a very good 15 out of 18 this year. Nets have 93 steals, 8th in the league, so they will surpass 100.
The thing I like about Jason Worth's 15 stolen bases, it just feels like they all really meant something. It's not just 15 with 2 outs and you're up by 3 runs. I mean, he's stolen some big bases late in games when people knew that he was going to try to take a bag.
And Keel rips it right by the pitcher's right ear and into center field. Now the Nats have 2 on, nobody out.
And Mike Pelfrey's taking inventory. That was a near miss. An absolute bullet up the middle. Yeah, check it out. Rick Ankiel in the hitter's count. Watch how close this is. Look out. Whew. I guarantee you Mike Pelfrey felt this baseball. Wow.
Here's Danny Espinosa, bunted for a hit first time. He will rip it to right, and it is over the glove of Lucas Duda. Jason Worth coming around to score. Ankiel to third. Nets are on the board.
So Duda with a curious route in right field. Danny Espinosa got all of that line drive, kind of got spun around, turned around. Let's look at the swing from Espinosa. It's a little cutter on the inner half, pulling his hands inside the baseball. You see Duda right there. He opened up to the wrong side, couldn't turn around and correct. Good read by Jason Worth. And Rick Ankiel on the backside, getting to third base, and it was pretty funny because he's okay. If you look at the skid marks where he slid, he actually slid past the base, nowhere near the base, into foul territory on the grass. So he kind of got his legs tied up, a lot like Ryan Braun the other night in Milwaukee. And you can see the skid marks. Have a little laugh with David Wright over there at third base. Not even close to the base. Look at that's where he slid. But then he ended up with his feet on the grass. So that's not really where you want to start your slide, but he's at third nonetheless with nobody out.
Here's Marrero, second and third. Nats back to within a run. They've out-hit the Mets now, 4-3. And I'm sure the Mets broadcasters are talking about what they talked about at the end of the game last night. Lucas Duda, not a good right fielder. Danny Espinosa, though, don't take anything away from him. He scorched that ball.
No, but he just opened up to the right side, the wrong side, which was the right side. Should have been the left side, if that makes any sense at all. You're staying with me?
That'll be a ground ball that Marrero will get an RBI on. That's okay. It's the first out of the inning. Now you've got another man at third base.
Great at bat. That's what you're supposed to do in that situation. A little 14 hopper to second base. You get yourself an RBI. You move the runner on second to third. And there should be tons of high fives in the dugout for Chris Marrero because that's a good big league at bat.
And that's his first major league RBI.
So it doesn't look like much, right? Broken bat.
That's huge.
Off the end. RBI. And putting another RBI on a tee for Wilson Ramos. Nice job.
Infield in. 2-2 ball game now. And Ramos will take one up and away.
This is what I was talking about the outset of the inning. Stick around, hang around, make this guy work. That's exactly what they're doing.
One ball and one strike. Outfield around to the right. Big gap in left center. Target away. Ramos, a good take. Gets the count in his favor.
But interesting to see if Davey Johnson puts on the contact play at third base with Danny Espinosa. Terry Collins elected to bring his infield in right here in this situation. Ivan Hernandez on deck and one out. He might do it. We'll see.
And Ramos saw a pitch on the inner half, fouled it off the catcher.
There you go, Bob. All right. Good.
Wow. Direct hit. Boy, you just look at that Exmo on that, and you understand why catchers are tough, and you also see why they get a lot of concussions. And right now, he doesn't look like he's all there. And every time I see that, I can't not think about Mike Matheny with the Giants. He took a couple of those, and that was it. That was his career.
Yeah. One of the best defensive catchers. A couple of Gold Gloves in his time, and one of the best team leaders I've ever seen.
Yep.
All of a sudden, not allowed to play anymore.
Because of that right there.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Ramos with 40 RBIs. He waits for the breaking ball and fouls it out of play. Evidently, Levon has his man on third bat, and then he has another bat for another situation. Like Mike Wallace handed him a different one that he stowed away up by the rail there.
It's an Ian Desmond model. That's his favorite.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Ramos stays alive. Evidently, Levon harboring a secret desire to be a leadoff man, huh?
No, just the kind of bat that feels good in his hands. I picked it up the other day in the clubhouse, and I said, that bat is perfect. Nice thin handle. Big old barrel on it. So that one no good. That might be the bunting bat.
Yeah.
You put different amounts of pine tar in different bats. If you put too much pine tar and you go to move your hand and your butt and it sticks to the bat.
2-2 and Ramos. 3 nearly identical foul balls off to the right. Good battle here.
They're trying to go elevator fastball right there. They're not getting it high enough.
So right now with an ad scoring, we got some game flow going here at Nationals Park. It's brought to you by Corona Extra, who invites you to find your beach. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 4th. Still only 1 out. Third base, Danny Espinosa, big hit of the inning, double to run in. Marrero drove an Anquillo with the ground ball. And Ramos stays alive again.
Well, he's in swing mode right now. Mike Pelfrey can throw a pitch anywhere, and Wilson Ramos is going to swing.
Thanks to 8 pitches this at bat, Mike Pelfrey is up to 60 here in the 4th inning.
I think that's what Mike Nickius is going to go say right now. Hey, this guy's in swing mode. We can fool around with the pitch right here. It doesn't have to necessarily be a strike. If he takes it, we're in a 3-2 count. We can go from there, but we've talked about it a lot this year. When you're a hitter and you're battling, you start swinging at everything. It's hard to stop.
Another 2-2 pitch. Ramos pulls it under the glove of David Wright. He'll dig for a couple. What a great at bat. Nationals lead 3-2.
Great battle, great fight, ended in a double and an RBI, but I guarantee you, if you run out there and ask Mike Pelfrey, he was not trying to throw anything near the bat of Wilson Ramos. Tried to bounce that slider in the dirt right there, just left it out over enough for Ramos to get the barrel on it, get himself an RBI and a double too. I will guarantee you he was trying to bounce that pitch, and it just off the tip of the glove of David Wright.
Here's Levon, still only one out. Now with the runner at second base, he doesn't need to bunt. Go ahead and give a guy with 85 career RBIs a shot here. Levon has driven in 7 this season.
I wouldn't be surprised if the first bat he had was broke. The ground ball to second base rattled his hands the first time up. He probably looked at it in the on-deck circle and said, you know what? It's got a hairline fracture in it. I got to get a different bat.
That's low. Leadoff walk turns out to really hurt the Mets here. 3 hits and a ground ball later, Washington has the lead. How about that stat with runners in scoring position? That'll be a high strike. Cleveland says, okay, Brian, give me that one.
Whatever Levon just said right there, I'll bet you it was hilarious.
Maybe he bought that call.
I think he did, because Mike Pelfrey wanted that one.
Kinetic on the pitch track.
Check it out. Little two-seam fastball down the zone. Good pitch.
Yeah. Kinetic North America, providing world-class technology to our national and homeland security customers.
You look at where Levon Hernandez is starting in the batter's box. You could not hide any better in the far back corner than he's at right now. I mean, he's starting open, both feet almost out of the back of the box. I think he's telling you that he's going to dive right here.
2-2. Top of the order, Ian Desmond is next. You know, and I give Levon a lot of credit for what's happened in this inning. He goes out and throws a 7-pitch top of the 4th, just when the Mets have grabbed all the momentum in this game, and it gets his guys right back in the dugout. Now, 6 batters later, he's in there hitting. Two with 1 out. Well, hit it well to center, right at Angel Pagan. 2 outs. Ian Desmond, career first last night with a first inning leadoff home run. He'd never done it.
Well, he's going to do it a lot more than just one time. Look at that swing. Pull your hands in, Ian Desmond. Wow. And the fact that he pulled his hands in so much created the backspin on the baseball to get it out of the park, but it also kept it fair. You come around that baseball, it's going to hook foul. Get the side spin rotation on the ball. That's not a home run.
Desmond today, bouncer back to the pitcher, and then a little dribbler. Catcher threw him out. Had a chance for RBI number 39 here. So the Nats right at the end of their second time through the order. That holds pretty true, 3-12. So now he embarks on his 3rd time against the leadoff man.
The second time through was 4 for 8, I have.
Yeah, with a walk. So that 312 ballooned up to 500. First time through, the Nats were 1 for 8 with a walk.
And that's something that Tom Malone will learn the longer he's at this level, and trust me, he's going to be here a long time, to where, you know, second time through, the order kind of got him last night, and that's where you, as a polished major league pitcher, have to readjust to the hitters, knowing that you showed them a lot of stuff the first time around, and that guys up here make adjustments very quick, a lot quicker than guys in AAA. I think the one lesson that he probably learned last night in his major league debut is the second time around, I'm the one that's got to make the adjustments.
"30 pitches this inning for Mike Pelfrey.
I mean, kind of to your point, partner, about Livan Hernandez getting his team off the field last inning. The Mets are standing out there a long time on a hot day.
Way outside. Roger Bernardina's last at bat, he doubled. Strasburg, Malone. Desmond out of play. Nope, it's going to stay in. And Josh Satin didn't read that ball very well. If he gets over to the rail in a hurry, had a chance to reach for that ball. Those right-handed batters, foul balls, always have that spin that brings it back.
Well, he'll learn if he wants to get on all the highlight reels. He has to catch this, flip over onto a few cameramen, and that's how you get on all plays of the week, web gems, everything. You got to go flying into that camera well.
That's a bat broken right in half, right in Ian's hands.
But you see that bat right there in Ian Desmond's hand? I'm pretty sure that that is ash. It's not maple. If that was maple, the barrel would have been flying down the left field line. Guys would have been ducking everywhere. And that's the difference on how the two types of wood fracture. Watch this. That's what a bat was designed to do. That's what the ash bats do. You can just tell by the grains that's ash. And you see the break right there, and where's the barrel? Right, still attached.
On the Jeep Exmo, the Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram summer clearance event, with offers that won't last long. Hurry into your local dealership. Nats have had some great battles during these fourth inning at bats. 3-2 pitch. Desmond fouls back another. Mike Pelfrey, 41 pitches, first 3 innings. And now the phone has rung in left field, and Ryota Igarashi is throwing for the Mets. How about Ramos and Desmond in this inning? Ramos had the great AB, fouling off a bunch of pitches, then doubled. RBI.
And we talked about two-strike approach a lot this year up here, and the last couple of days, we're liking what we're seeing. Battling, fighting, fouling balls off, sticking your nose in there, competing. Good stuff.
Desmond turns on one. David Wright with a backhand. And the stretch by Satin over at first. Good inning for the Nats. 3 runs, and they take the lead for the first time.
Main event. It's the Geico President's Race.
Thank you, Caitlin. And here it is, Teddy, the early lead. Wow, beauty queens and everything at the finish line, and Teddy just can't get there. Abe blocks him out and backs in for the title. Now, those guys won't be quite as happy 2 days from now when school starts, but they're having a good final Sunday at the ballpark. On to the fifth inning. Levon and the Nats have the lead. It's a 3-2 ball game. Levon in his 4 innings of work, 52 pitches, 33 strikes. And the Nats have now worked Pelfrey to the tune of 77.
It seems like all 77 were last inning.
I think almost half of them were. And here in the fifth, it'll be Nikias, maybe Pelfrey. Yeah, he's now just coming out on deck. And then the top of the order, Ruben Tejada. Managers known to have quick hooks at this time of the season with the September rosters expanded when it comes to starting pitchers. And regarding last night's situation, Davey Johnson saying he did not want Tom Malone to get tagged with a loss, and that's why he made the move when he did in the fifth inning once Jose Reyes got on base.
And we talked to Davey today in the clubhouse about that.
Good stop by Espinoza. Tricky little skipper there on the grass.
He said he thought the Mets were making the adjustments to Malone. He was going to have him on an 80 pitch count yesterday. I think he was right around that, 74, 75 pitches when he went and got him. And he just wanted him to have a good taste in his mouth because he had a heck of a night. As we were up here wondering, he had a chance for his first major league win. I guess there's two schools of thought right there. Let him battle through it to get his first major league win, or kind of protect him and let him have a good taste in his mouth as he's getting close to his pitch limit.
Pelfrey gashes one. Desmond recovers, and not enough time to make the play. Got to be a base hit. Ball hit extremely hard.
It's kind of weird the way Ian Desmond broke up the middle on that ball, and it kind of went the other way. I don't know if it was knuckling or what, but Desmond broke to the left, and the ball went back to the right.
Well, he made a game of it.
He did. He stayed with it nice.
Yeah, by the way, regarding the Malone situation, knowing players and others as I do, I'm sure the broadcasters and the fans are a whole lot more upset about the not getting the W than Tom Malone is.
Well, Tom will be
he knows his will come.
He'll be upset someday when he ends his career with 299 wins.
Let's hope. We can only hope that he gets that many. Yeah, a lot of people in this game think the 300 game winner is a thing of the past. If they can turn it, double play ball. Great pick by Espinoza. And that gives Desmond all the time he needs to throw out Ruben Tejada.
Boy, they make it look easy, don't they?
Danny Espinoza with that great range of his. And then it's an easy 4-6-3. Industry by automatically giving customers money back on their monthly bill for unused minutes. It's money back minutes. Learn more at Cox.com. So Danny Espinosa ignites that rally with an RBI double. Levon pitching as usual, a very solid game. Ruben Tejada, third inning, accounting for the Mets offense.
And a nice little answer to the 2 the Mets scored. The Nationals come back with 3 of their own. Danny Espinosa with a double over the head of Lucas Duda. That scores Jason Worth. And a great at-bat by Chris Marrero. Say, FP, how in the world is that a great at-bat? He broke his bat. Well, he did 2 jobs in one. He moved the runner over to third. He picked up the runner from third. Well, Wilson Ramos right there, and another great at-bat to drive in Danny Espinosa. So the Nats hit for 21 minutes in their half of the fourth, and we like that. And so does he. Even though I'm trying to figure, that's a shark. Yeah, all right.
looks like a Homer Simpson shark.
Looks good on you.
Oh boy.
Well, he's obviously a fan of Roger Bernardina.
For the Nats, Bernardina, Zim, and Worth. Bottom 5.
I'll tell you what, Roger Bernardina is ready to hit. And Mike Pelfrey, after keeping his team on defense for 21 minutes in the fourth, is not ready to pitch. They're having a conference on the mound, taking their time, and I've been in these games before. When you're standing on defense that long, it takes away from your offense. You lose concentration, you lose focus.
Bernardina takes a strike. Going the other way for a mighty blast. 5th inning last night.
Serious extension. Creating a lot of backspin the other way. Big stride, big leg kick. Good to see that guy back.
Yeah, Roger didn't exactly dominate at Syracuse. Hit .250 in 46 games, but he hit 6 homers and drove in 14. Stole 14 bases, 9 doubles, 26 runs. So he did a lot of different things for that ball club offensively. And he's protecting the plate on 1 and 2 to foul that one away. Ryan Zimmerman has been the only hitter really controlled by Mike Pelfrey today. Pelfrey, by the way, hasn't given up a home run in forever. Nats have their share of hits off him. Last home run he gave up was Joey Votto, July 27th. Bernardina with an offer and no swing, says Ed Rapuano. He's given up 19 home runs on the year, but nothing over the last 6 weeks. Bernardina bounces one by the mound. Tough play for Tejada. Look how quickly he got rid of it. He takes one more half step. Bernardina has a hit. Let's check in with Debbie with one out here in the 5th.
Well, Bob, as we saw last night, Ryan Zimmerman continues to impress in the clutch, but that doesn't surprise Nats bench coach Pat Corrales.
Great players seem to do that. They rise to the occasion, and you know, he's the best in the National League, probably the American League too. He's a heck of a baseball player, and it seems to come natural to people like that, and he's one of them.
Last night's game winner was Ryan's 14th walk-off hit. And Pat said, too, that Ryan has a knack for putting the pressure on the pitcher. That's what he did last night, and, of course, that's what he's supposed to do, Bob.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th as Ryan got one right off the end of the bat, caught by Jason Bay and left. And that'll bring in Worth. It's okay. Ryan doesn't have to do it every day. Good ball clubs pick each other up. And in steps Jason Worth, who walked and scored his last time after having a possible hit up through the box taken away by Mike Pelfrey first time up. Worth in this series 1 for 8 with a pair of walks, 8 career hits and an RBI against Pelfrey. Three-two Nats, bottom 5. They've out-hit the Mets 5-4. Bases empty, 2 outs. And Worth will take one outside to even the count. Four left between these two in New York. Nats have a kind of a strange, choppy September schedule. If you looked at the schedule, you notice that you can come to a ball game just about every weekend, but very few weeknights. The Marlins had to swap weekend series with the Nats, ballpark to ballpark, because of a University of Miami football game. So the Nats will actually end the season in Florida after playing at home every weekend and on the road during the week.
You might be able to swap it back. I can say that because I went there.
They are going to play football this year, aren't they?
Yep.
Okay.
Tomorrow, right down the street.
At the end of this homestand on the 12th, the Nats will go to the Mets for 4. 3 in Philly the following Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday against the Marlins. So Mets, Astros, Marlins, Braves. Pick out which weekend you like and come and join us here at the ballpark. We are your weekend entertainment for the month of September.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. Playing the Houston Astros on September 11th. Then we travel to New York that day after the game. I can't think of two places I'd rather be than Washington, D.C. and New York on September 11th. That's pretty cool.
3-2 to Worth. Another Nats batter just putting on a big-time battle here. Pelfrey is at 93 pitches with 2 outs in the 5th inning. As we mentioned, his last time out, 116 against the Marlins in a 6-0 loss in just 6 innings.
That's a sign of two things. Nats hitters battling with 2 strikes, which we love, and Pelfrey not having an out pitch.
And he walks Jason Worth for the 2nd time.
Doesn't really have anything today to put the opposing hitters away.
That'll bring in Rick Ankiel, who singled up the middle last time, setting the stage for the Espinosa, Marrero, and Ramos RBIs. Worth is off and running. Good jump. Bouncing throw. Not even close. Nats steal their 94th as Jason Worth gets his 16th.
Give Rick Ankiel an assist, too. And taking that pitch right down the middle for Jason Worth to get into scoring position. Good jump by Worth. You see the speed right there. A nice job by Ankiel of taking the pitch to let his teammate get into scoring position.
Tough play for the infielder with that ball bouncing up. And it's outside to Ankiel. 1 ball, 1 strike. So the Nats looking to tack on another. Hey, you get a 2-out gift with the walk. Why not press the issue here? You're going to have the opposing pitcher around 100 pitches through 5 innings. Way outside. 2-1. Nicky is going for a visit.
Seems like his 10th visit of the game. We talk about tempo all the time with starting pitchers, and Mike Pelfrey's tempo hasn't been good today.
They had Ryota Igarashi up earlier. Van Worthen. Looks like his patience is being tried a bit. Way outside. I mean, Pelfrey's not even close on some of these. He was not even close on ball 4 to Worth. And Igarashi is up again.
We'll ask the 7 guys standing on defense about their patience right now.
Another walk. That'll bring in Danny Espinosa with another 2-on chance.
And another trip to the mound.
Danny Espinosa bobblehead night is coming. How about next Saturday against the Astros at 7:05? It's presented by PNC Bank. For the first 15,000 fans, nationals.com/tickets. Can't wait to see it.
5 o'clock shadow or no 5 o'clock shadow?
Yeah. I'm just wondering if the bobblehead will be standing straight up or maybe horizontal, doing a dive of some sort. Should be interesting. Will the uniform be dirty?
See, that's how I'd want my bobblehead. Uniform dirty, maybe some blood on it, scab on the knee.
Two on, two out, and Espinosa, the hitter. Danny reached 60 RBIs with that double last inning. And the breaking ball comes in low. Espinosa 2 for 2 today, so he's 3 for 4 in the series. Hit by a pitch and a walk, and he took a night off. So maybe that thing Friday night was just what he needed. If you missed it last night, as he told me after the game Friday, I didn't want to take the night off, but now I'm glad I did. Came out refreshed and all over the bases yesterday.
You step aside, you look at the game from a different angle, you unplug mentally.
His defense has never suffered. 2-1. Tejada comes walking in a little bit just to do some housekeeping. I thought he might approach the mound. A songwriter once wrote that patience is emptiness for a lonely man. And some of those Mets defenders are feeling pretty lonely out there right now.
He celebrated a couple of birthdays the last 2 innings.
2 balls and 2 strikes. I think Debbie Taylor is part way to her next one. Two. Espinosa drills it foul. Well, we've had some good crowds this weekend. 27,907 Friday, 34,821 last night. Today's crowd probably in the high 20s, possibly 30. That bunch was rewarded last night. And a 2-2 to Danny again. Just outside. And if Pelfrey's not at 105 pitches in 5 innings, maybe he gets that call.
That was a ball, I thought, all the way. I would imagine if I was an umpire, I'd be looking for strikes if a guy worked fast. And you're going to reward the game by having a good tempo. I'm going to look for strikes if you're going to throw strikes.
3-2, runners will be moving with 2 outs. Espinosa almost gets hit, and the bases are loaded. And Terry Collins was out of the dugout almost as Mike Nikias caught that ball. Pretty obvious this game is slipping away from Pelfrey, and the Mets have to make a move here. So he will go only 4 2/3. Right now, the Nats trying to take a big lead. And the call to the bullpen is packaged by the UPS store. We love logistics. Than most of the 8 Mets standing around on the field right now. As the pitching change has been made, Pelfrey is out, Igarashi is in. Warm day, muggy day, and the Nats now need that one big hit just to break this thing open.
Yeah, looking for that big hit, and I got to keep it loose up here. That softball game's approaching. I got to stay loose, stay stretched as Mike Pelfrey's tempo was just wearing those guys out on defense. And you talk about it, whether it's a cold day, a hot day, any kind of day, when you're staying on defense that long, you start to lose focus as a player. Not so much on the plays, that's the obvious part, but you know, it takes away from the momentum of the game to when you actually go up to hit. You're not into the baseball game. Baseball's a game of rhythm, and today's game, because of the Mets starting pitcher, hasn't had that.
And you're liable not to make better than average defensive plays either.
No, because you're not on your toes. You're not expecting strikes. And, you know, Brian Honora's defense, he's not expecting them either. So you got a guy with a good tempo out there. He's throwing strikes. As an umpire, you're looking for him.
"31-year-old Ryota Igarashi. A third of an inning, gave up a hit here on Friday night. So the bases are loaded. Everybody on there walked by Pelfrey. He pretty much took himself out of the game here. And a big spot for Chris Marrero. This all started after the first 2 batters were retired. Now Igarashi misses by plenty. Marrero, first major league RBI last time up with a ground ball to second base.
And a fastball curveball split from Igarashi.
And Marrero will pop it up. Over to get it, Ruben Tejada. And the Nats will strand 3. They've left 7 base runners. So the Mets get somebody who can get a quick out. 4-door fastback coupe design, efficient power, technology, and execution. The 2011 Dodge Charger was built with a young at heart and passionate performance driver in mind. Visit your local Dodge dealer to learn more and schedule a test drive. You'll love it. So Levon on to the 6th inning. He's outlasted the other starter. 58 pitches, 38 strikes for Hernandez. 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. He'll face Justin Turner, Lucas Duda, and David Wright. Turner has bounced back to the pitcher and flied to right. Levon continues to throw that breaking ball for strikes. He's been nibbling that outside corner and catching it most of the time today.
Nibbling that outside corner for 20 years.
Trying to win his 175th game. That ball driven to right. And Keel got a good read on it and then just cruised right to it. Mets box score pretty much boils down to the 3rd inning, other than a Pelfrey hit in the 5th. Singles by Josh Satin, his first major league hit, then Mike Nickias. And with 1 out after Pelfrey's sacrifice, Ruben Tejada drove them both in with a opposite field line drive to right. Mets led 2-0. The Nats got 3 in the 4th. Duda has grounded out and walked. Since the beginning of August, he has driven in 24 runs, 3rd among big league rookies. We're going to get a look at J.D. Martinez here next week, a kid from Houston who's making a lot of noise. He has 28 of those. Mike Karp of Seattle with 25. Duda 24. Angels Mark Trumbo 22, and Brett Laurie of the Blue Jays with 20. That ball high in the air to right center, way back there, and that's going to float upper deck.
Wow.
Tied the game here in the 6th inning. Lucas Duda with his 9th of the year. So tack on another late season RBI for him.
So that might make up for the misread in right field, and that might be one of the farther home runs I've seen hit in this ballpark this year.
The Mets have hit 6 home runs in this series. Look at him go down and get it.
Extension had the sound, and that is upper tank, folks. Watch where this one lands.
And then David Wright drills the ball through. Suddenly the Mets have the lead run on base. And David Wright has his 4th hit in this series in 9 ABs. Next up is Angel Pagano for 2 today. Levon's just given up his 16th home run of the year in 175 1/3 innings. So they only get him for a homer about once every 12 to 13 innings.
I'm surprised the bullpen's not up. That's 3 hard hit balls in a row.
Pagano has lined out to second, bounced out to second. Espinosa coming forward, double play position. Desmond a little deeper at short. As I look at this defensive positioning FP, I'm wondering about switch hitters. Is it tough to hit the ball the other way from both sides of the plate? Do you tend to pull more from one side or the other?
I think it just varies for the individual. And whatever your natural side is, you're probably more prone to pull the baseball. or at least feel more comfortable. It's less maintenance. And the side that's not natural, that's usually the one you generally work more rigorously at to keep your swing locked in.
Two-one. David Wright, don't forget about him. He can steal bases. He's been a 30 stolen base guy a couple of times. He's holding. That pitch missing, low and away, ball 3.
And usually if you throw right-handed, you're top hand dominant, so you're more able to pull the ball right-handed. If you throw left-handed, you're a switch hitter. You probably pull the ball more left-handed because your top hand is more dominant. I know left-handed, my top hand was a spaz. I couldn't get on top of the ball. It would always be underneath the ball, hit a lot of fly balls. That's because I didn't do a whole lot with it.
That ball ripped into right. So the Mets have first and second, 1 out. That's 4 well-hit balls in a row with Jason Bay coming up. Jim Lett is standing at the bullpen phone, and McCaddy's going to walk over and place a call.
You see his lips, read his lips, coffee. Not talking about the drink. Todd Coffey going to get up right now in the Nationals bullpen. And we've seen this with Levon at times this season. When it happens fast.
And it usually happens when he falls behind. We're behind a couple of guys here. Things looking good coming into this inning. 2 runs on 4 hits. And now the homer and 2 more singles. That's a strike to the outside corner. When it's hard not to look out there and wonder, is Livan Hernandez throwing the last few pitches of his career? You don't want to think that. Great breaking ball, really took speed off of that thing at 68.
We're going to check out the slow breaking ball from Livan Hernandez, and we've seen a lot of guys do this year.
On a 1-2, it's drilled to center. Worth on the charge. David Wright stops. Bases loaded. And the rookie making his major league debut, 1 for 2. Josh Satin is next. Now this has to be a really tough one for Davey Johnson. Here he comes.
He's going to get him right now. Well, regardless, it's going to be a standing ovation for Livan Hernandez, but that might have been a manager balk. He was on the top step, and then he went back down. Maybe just waiting for a couple of more pitches. A little stall piece right here by Wilson Ramos. Go out and make sure that Todd Coffey is good and hot. But if he does go and get Livan, this should be quite an ovation.
Here he comes. Livan's final start this year will be 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, a double play ball, a home run, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. And we'll let you see how this ballpark and this city adore Livan Hernandez. Pondering his future and hopefully many more pitches to be thrown at some point. We hope it's here. Pudge Rodriguez was the first to greet him when he got to the top step. And now Todd Coffey takes over with the bases loaded, 1 out, 6th inning. And by the way, Willie Harris will be hitting for the rookie Josh Satin now. Willie Harris is a pinch hitter, 9 hits, 3 RBIs this year, 9 for 52.
He was having a good chat with his old buddy Tyler Clipper today during batting practice, saying, "How could you throw me a changeup 2-0?"
Clipper's like, "Haven't you been watching video this year?"
Yeah, really? The first guy did that too.
That ball is ripped. Called fair by Alfonso Marquez. 2 runs will score. Ankiel returns it to second, and the Mets lead 5-3. That ball was nearly at the feet of the umpire. Tough call.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it again. The ball was smoked by Willie Harris down the line. Alfonso Marquez is looking at the mark right now as we speak to where this ball hit.
Five hits in a row by the Mets. Levon responsible for Jason Bay at third. Still only 1 out in the inning. The hitter is catcher Mike Nickias. So it's Bay at third, Harris at second. Here comes the runner on a squeeze. Suicide, they do it perfectly. And Coffey recovers to make the play. And the Mets lead 6-3. The other runner, Willie Harris, got down to second base.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to do that with Willie Harris, the batter before. Nice call by Terry Collins. Good job of executing it. Getting the ball down. Todd Coffey on the ground, spins around, makes the play. You see Jason Bay motoring down the line. He didn't leave too soon to tip it off. That was a well-executed squeeze by the Mets.
Yeah, because of that, no chance at all to pitch out. And now down to the number 9 spot where Nick Evans will hit for Igarashi. So they've gotten Mike Pelfrey off the hook here. Evans this year hitting .275 with 4 homers. He has homered in this series, and he's been a good pinch hitter, 2 for 7 with a homer and 3 RBIs. So 3 inherited runners have scored, and Levon's final line of the year will be 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 6 runs all earned, a walk, a strikeout. Well, as the Mets well know, there's a long way to go in this game. And Todd Coffey goes ball 3 on Evans. The 8th Met to bat in this inning.
Probably not the way Livan Hernandez thought today was going to go.
Pitchers.
We're faced over 13,000 hitters. We're through over 50,000 pitches.
And it's now 3-2 as Evans fouls back a Coffey fastball. Ruben Tejada, the next man, has driven in a couple today. They're in the 7th at Philadelphia now. The Phillies lead the Marlins 4-3. And the Braves have still been shut out by Clayton Kershaw today on 5 hits into the 7th inning. 3-0 Dodgers at Atlanta. And the Dodgers will be flying up here tonight, playing some of the best baseball in the National League. They've won 6 straight.
Yeah, just looking at the standings right now, the Dodgers 2 games under 500, 68-70, 10.5 back of first place Arizona. And look at them, they have a legitimate Cy Young candidate and a legitimate MVP candidate.
Yeah, might be too little too late. They're further than that in the wild card race. And a 3-2 to Evans is drilled to right center. Jason Worth is going to get there right at the edge of the track with a good running catch. But the Mets pick up 4 runs and take a 3-run lead. Ramos, the pitcher spot, then Desmond coming up for Washington. A reminder, you have until September 15th to receive a $5 discount. by renewing your season tickets, including with benefits, the Red Carpet Rewards, Grand Slam Easy Payment Plan, and a Curly W renewal gift, nationals.com/renew. Check it out on the website and come and join us for some wonderful excitement at the ballpark next year. Nick Evans stays in to play first base, so he's batting ninth. And on the double switch, the new pitcher will be Josh Stinson. Made his major league debut 2 nights ago here with an inning and 2/3 scoreless, couple of strikeouts. And as FP told you, he started at Buffalo and worked as a reliever with Binghamton, their AA. Had 6 saves there and a 3.99 ERA.
Yeah, pretty good stuff the other night, too. Fastball mid-90s, good 12-6 curveball, and a slider to go with it. He also walked in his first major league at-bat. We've seen a lot of firsts in this series.
Yeah. That's 94 on the inside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Alex Cora to hit next. If Ramos gets on, Davey Johnson could switch to a Johnny Gomes, right-handed power hitter. Doug Slayton. Hasn't pitched since coming back off the DL in Atlanta. And a 1-2. Nationals box score. All the damage in the 3rd inning. RBI double Espinoza. Danny has 2 hits and a walk today. Marrero, first major league RBI on a grounder, and Wilson Ramos on a double. Pelfrey walked 3 Nats with 2 outs in the 5th inning. Replaced by Igarashi, got a pop-up. And Ramos needs to be running, but on the appeal they say no swing. That was borderline. Of course, if you start running, then they think you swung.
I'm just going to tell you that. When you start running, you're telling everybody you went. An early story of this game is the Mets got the big hit with the bases loaded, and the Nats didn't.
Yep.
But like you said, long way to go.
Ramos rams one to deep left center. That ball will one-hop the wall way beyond Angel Pagan. And Wilson Ramos is having quite a series. He's 4 for 7 now. 2 singles, 2 doubles, and the guy who spelled him last night, Jesus Flores, went 3 for 4.
Yeah, competition's a good thing. These guys are playing, can you top this? Last night, Jesus Flores with a couple of doubles. And today, Wilson Ramos getting on top of a high fastball. Wow. That's not easy to do, folks. A lot of backspin right there. That was hit so hard that Pagan just kind of gave up on it. He said, I have no chance of catching this.
That's our Dodge Ram Exmo. The Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram summer clearance event going on right now with offers that won't last long. Hurry into your local dealership. So here's Alex Cora. Alex with the Mets the last 2 years hit .251 in 09 with 18 RBIs. He was on the 60-day DL with a torn ligament right thumb that required surgery. And then last year, .207 with 20 RBIs in 62 games. Got a late season cup of coffee with the Texas Rangers, who signed him as a minor league free agent. He went 2 for 7 for Texas in 4 ball games down the stretch.
And they sent him an American League championship ring. How about that?
Very cool.
And Nats need base runners. There's no doubt about it. But for Alex Cora right here, if this pitch is a strike, you're still trying to get Wilson Ramos to third base, even though you're down by 3 in the 6th. You don't want to give up an at-bat and just roll over to second base. You want to drive him in that way.
4-pitch walk with nobody out. The Nationals have now been given 6 walks today. Top of the order with Desmond. And there's probably something ringing in left field beyond the fence. Here's Desmond, who's 0 for 3 on 3 ground balls today.
And he will be swinging away in this situation.
Unless he tries to bunt for a hit. That ball had spin on it, so Nikias lets it go foul.
Yeah, I looked at Bo Porter. He gave him the swing away sign, so Ian Desmond did that on his own. Not a bad idea, but you talk about a little sand wedge with Bellata on it. The spin coming right back. That ball was way fair and spun foul. Check out the spin on this. Interesting that he chose to let it go foul. You could have picked that up and threw Ian Desmond out of first base, maybe even third base.
It's a catcher running. Desmond hits a double play ball right at Tejada. 6-4-3. Doesn't get much easier for a major league infield than that. So 2 outs and Ramos at third.
Well, that'll sure relax a young pitcher that was struggling with his command all of a sudden.
Well, even with 2 outs, huge run sitting over there. Roger Bernardino 1 for 3 with a broken bat double. Actually a single that he turned into a double. With great speed right out of the box. Generous strike call. Wilson Ramos led off the inning with a double. And it's way up and away, 2-1. Three and 1. He wouldn't walk him to get to Zimmerman, would he? Bernardino will hit it hard, but right there is Justin Turner, and that inning fizzles out after 2 men were on, nobody down. On to the 7th, Mets lead by 3. fourth. It's all Mets right now, leading by 3, but 3 innings to go. When you hit the road, you can take us with you. It's called MLB.TV. Every Nationals game live on demand on your computer or on your favorite device. So to check it out for more info, and you can also order, go to nationals.com. Doug Slayton now back in the bullpen after a long time off. Last 2 seasons, Slayton holding left-handers to a 198. Did a little rehab and been on the DL most of the second half of the season.
And in case you forgot, fastball slider change from Slayton.
Time to keep the Mets where they are. Top of the order for New York. So Ruben Tejada's up there for the 4th time today. He's lined out hard to center. Singled in 2 runs and hit into a double play.
A double play was hit hard too.
And Pelfrey right before that, he hit the ball hard off the glove of Ian Desmond. So when you really go back, about 7 hard hit balls in a row, finishing the day of Livan Hernandez. Justin Turner and then Lucas Duda for the Mets here in the 7th. Nationals had a nice game flow going until Duda hit that upper deck right center field home run to tie it last inning. Pretty good jammage right there. And an easy fly ball to center for Jason Worth.
I'm watching Jason Worth play center field, watching the routes he's taken. Very comfortable out there.
You think this is an audition? Why else would Ankiel be in right?
Absolutely. Made some nice running catches today, getting good jumps on line drives in front of him. That's usually the toughest play for a center fielder. And charged the ball very aggressively, hit the cutoff man today. Chip Hale had to hold the runner at third base, so all in all, pretty sharp in center field.
And Slayton has Turner up there swinging first pitch. Ramos wanted that ball inside. He had to go reaching backhand for it, and the hitter couldn't reach it either. '24th appearance for Slayton with a 2.19 ERA. 8 strikeouts, 8 walks in 12 innings this year. 4 o'clock in Washington, D.C. on the first Sunday of September. Labor Day weekend is upon us. Day game tomorrow. The Dodgers will be here. Hope you're enjoying a nice weekend. Thanks for being with us right here on MASN HD. Slayton will jam another hitter, but Turner will drop this ball into center. That'll bring in Lucas Duda.
And that means it's time for our Morgan Franklin pivotal play. Go back to the 6th inning. Livan Hernandez, off-speed pitch. Duda staying through it. And hear the sound. Upper deck shot from Duda. His 9th of the year. Morgan Franklin and their clients know that pivotal plays don't just happen in sports. See who's making them in business and government at pivotalplays.com.
His 9th of the year, equalizing things at 3 before Wright, Pagan, Bay, and Satin all got hits, and then Nickius suicide squeezed a run home. And suddenly the Mets had a 4-run, 5-hit inning. Good breaking ball by Slayton. And the count's 0-2 to the left-hander Duda, who in this series is 3 for 9 with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs.
He got a nice swing, I'll tell you what. A good-looking young hitter, very short, very powerful, balanced throughout his swing. Not a whole lot to it. Probably a lofty comparison, but he reminds me of the young Jason Giambi.
The Mets took him in the 7th round in 07. Out of USC. He was a California High School Player of the Year at Arlington High School in Riverside. Roger Bernardina, even with his speed, not quite able to get there. He will raise quite a dust and lime storm over there.
Pretty good effort.
Yeah.
You talk about all-out hustle. Check out the effort by Roger Bernardina. It doesn't always end on a highlight reel play, but he just goes to show you how hard these guys are always trying in the outfield. That's a great shot. You could make the argument that that's smoke because he runs so fast.
Target away. And Slayton gets the strikeout with a good breaking ball well off the plate. 2 outs. Verizon on the pitch track.
Yeah, check out the off-speed pitch right here. That is nasty. Bam. Late break, 83 miles an hour. Thanks for coming.
Verizon, America's largest and most reliable wireless network. 2 outs now, and David Wright, the hitter. 1 for 3 with a base hit, a run scored today. And in the series, David is 4 for 9. I'll tell you, Doug Slayton, after a long layoff, has come out here and thrown strikes. .49 games for the Nats last year with a 3.10 ERA. 4 wins, 1 loss. Career Major League earned run average of 3.49 before this season. And he's done nothing to hurt that with a 2.19. But ERA can be deceiving at times for relievers. I mean, Todd Coffey won't be charged with any runs, but 3 inherited runs scored on his watch last inning. Runner gets a good jump, and David Wright hacks it to left. Bernardina, with the play in front of him, will force Turner to stop, and it'll be 2 on, 2 out. David Wright with a 2 for 4 day. That'll bring in Angel Pagan.
And hits just keep on coming for David Wright. Last 9 games coming in today, 14 for 29, a 483 clip, and that is going to go up.
Pagan 1 for 3. Hard line drive to second base, and a base hit the other way. Henry Rodriguez, a very nice appearance last night. 3 strikeouts in the 8th. Truly struck out the side. And a breaking ball, low and inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
I would use the word dominating. Several fastballs, 100 miles an hour or over. The slider was nasty. The changeup was good. It was basically one of those games where the hitters had no chance.
Way inside. Atlanta's battled back to tie that game against the Dodgers. They're now 3-3 in the 8th inning. Phillies and the Marlins are 4-4 in the 8th down in Florida. No home runs in that ball game. Matt Kemp, by the way, in that Dodger game, has hit his 32nd of the year. So he's right there with Uggla and Stanton. Pujols leads the league at 34. And the count's 2-1. Outfield absolutely straight away for Pagan. And the count's even 2-2.
Matt Kemp has a legitimate chance to win a Triple Crown. 4th in the league going in today with 320. You talked about the home runs, and he's 3rd in the league in RBIs with 102 going into today.
And you know Prince Fielder is going to be nasty pitched in September, and so is Ryan Howard in the thick of some pennant races. Oh, that ball right over the steps of the Mets dugout. Right into where the manager and the pitching coach usually set up. Jose Reyes, of course, off the DL, still had enough ABs to qualify for the batting title. Not on the lineup today, but started the day 2 points up on Ryan Braun, 333 over 331. Swing and a miss on a pitch up and away. So Slayton's return is pretty much a success with a couple of strikeouts and 2 runners stranded. The Mets have left 5 on the day, and this ball game is headed into the 7th inning stretch. Mets won Friday, Nats pulled one out of their hats last night, and today's the rubber game in our nation's capital. Zimmerman, Worth, and Ankiel coming up in a moment. And by Bank of America. It's all Mets right now, 6-3. They've out-hit the Nats 11-6. Washington has 3, 4, and 5 due up in the 7th. Dodgers will be here tomorrow. Hiroki Kuroda, 11 wins and a good 3.03 ERA. He's unbeaten his last 4 starts. with a very good earned run average. John Lannon looking for his 9th win, ERA hovering right about 3.5 runs a game. And we'll get coverage going at 12:30 with Nats Extra. We'll join you from the booth at 1 o'clock and first pitch at 1:05. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game series that features night games Tuesday night with Strasburg and then Wednesday night with Wong, and then another day game on Thursday. Ryan Zimmerman steps in, bottom of the 7th inning. 14 walk-off RBIs since 2006, leading the major leagues.
Some guys go their whole career without a walk-off hit. Ryan Zimmerman's got 14. 8 of them are home runs. And last night, 100-mile-an-hour fastball drops into right field. So I think there was a part of Ryan Zimmerman, maybe a hair embarrassed at first base that he didn't hit it harder. But you know what? He'll take it anyway and get it. Everybody's celebrating. Just another walk-off knock for Ryan Zimmerman.
Yeah, that might be the first broken bat walk-off he's had. He usually just scorches the ball somewhere. Good for him. Chin-Ming Wong on a June Sunday afternoon at RFK Stadium. Wong had been struggling into the 9th inning. Joe Torre left him in there, and Ryan Zimmerman gave the Nats a 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. Now remember, we were heading for the airport after that, and for the first time, our ball club got a police escort to the airport. It's like, boy, beat the Yankees. Look what happens. So here's Ryan Zimmerman. That was a sellout all 3 weekends. I think the Nats drew close to 140,000 that weekend against New York.
Well, the Yankees have police escorts everywhere. There was probably just a couple of extra guys laying around. Gave you guys one too.
Yeah, there was a front runner who went with the home team on that one, and we appreciated it. 1 ball, 1 strike, bottom of the 7th underway. Zimmerman 2 Ks and a fly ball against Mike Pelfrey. He offers and takes it. Ball 2.
And that walk-off number for Ryan Zimmerman is just going to continue to grow, because the more you have success in those situations, the more routine those situations become. To where if you're a young hitter, you come up there and the bases are loaded, it's the bottom of the 9th, you're squeezing sawdust out of your bat handle. For Ryan Zimmerman, it's just another at-bat.
It's a really good fastball there by Stinson. Jason Isringhausen, now a setup guy, the right-hander. Tim Burdack, the lefty. Two. Target away. Way outside. Nats have been given 5 walks today. Jason Worth 2 of those. Payoff pitch. Zimmerman drills it right field and right at Lucas Duda. Take a look at that long ball against Chin-Ming Wong. June 18th of 06, Ryan knew it. Banged it off the back wall. There are no cheap home runs at RFK Stadium anywhere near those gaps. That was one of the best Sundays in Nationals history. Very cool. $45,157 saw that game. Gary Majeski got the win, his 3rd of the year. Mike O'Connor from Ellicott City, Maryland, started that game. And the 1-0 to Worth. He takes a slider that gets a strike. By the way, Ryan Zimmerman at that time was batting 5th. That was his 10th home run of the year, on his way to 20. And I'm looking at all the guys who played in that game as far as position players and the extra men, and one of them remains. His name is Ryan. 2 balls, 1 strike. That's low and away.
I saw one guy bouncing around home plate. I think is still here. It said Bat Boy on the back of his jersey.
I think that Bat Boy's married and has 2 kids now.
You showed that highlight. The one thing I got out of it was a Bat Boy was at home plate bouncing around. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
It was pretty exciting. And Worth will pop this one up over to the right side. The angle for Turner. He'll call off Evans for the second out. So here's Rick Ankiel. He's been on twice today. And in the series, Rick's done okay. 3 for 6. A homer, 2 RBIs, and a walk. He's hit leadoff. He's hit second. Today batting 5th. And he'll bounce one up the middle. Shortstop is shading up there. And Tejada throws him out. Nats go quickly. And this one is into the 8th inning with the Mets on top, 6-3. Double switch going here. We'll set the defense and the pitcher for you in a moment. The Mid-Atlantic Sports Report returns tomorrow, 5:30 to 6:30. Amber Theo Harris, Phil Wood, Dave Johnson, and Mel Antonin. All the latest news on the Nats. And Steven Strasburg's return. They'll set it up for you tomorrow. The Mid-Atlantic Sports Report only on Masson HD. Johnny Gomes into the ball game. So he'll be down there in the number 9 spot. That'd make him the 4th man up in the 8th. And Roger Bernardina done for the day. So the pitcher, Henry Rodriguez, is batting 2nd. Eighth inning rolls around, and the Mets will have Bay, their pitcher's spot, and then Mike Nickias. Well, you were impressed with the arm of Josh Stinson Friday night, and today he comes out and tosses 2 scoreless innings.
They did a nice job after the Alex Cora walk on 4 pitches, settled down and got a double play for me and Desmond. And after that, it was boom, boom, boom.
Catcher Josh Tolley, who hasn't been 100% for the last couple of days, but okay to pinch hit, will be next. Right on the hands of Jason Bay. Ouch. Bay 1 for 3 today and 2 for 11 in the series. Homered here last night. He gets jammed again. Out to Desmond. Quick pickup and release for the first out.
I think the last 2 or 3 outings, Henry Rodriguez is seeing the benefits of pitching ahead in the count. Doing a nice job of getting strike one.
24-year-old catcher Josh Tolley will be the pinch hitter here. 13th rounder for the Mets 6 years ago out of Breeze, Illinois high school. Actually modern day high school in Breeze. Baseball, football player there. And for the Mets, hitting .265 this year with 33 RBIs, 3 home runs. He's played in 95 ball games. And if something goes to form here, he should be fouling off a pitch or two before this at bat's over.
Good luck.
Yeah. This may not be his usual at bat. We just noticed in New York earlier. FP, I think you caught on to him early. The guy gets the bat on the ball and keeps some ABs going.
Pitch count killer. Just because he's choked up, he's got back control.
That one down the line, and Johnny Gomes will grab the fair ball. 2 outs. I think it'll be interesting as September rolls on to see what kind of meaningful situations Davey Johnson puts Henry Rodriguez into. You know, pitching 3 runs down is not the same as pitching a run or 2 ahead or tied.
Still a big league game, though, and anytime you get into a big league game, you're throwing strikes. It's a good thing, and it's something to build on.
Absolutely.
Strike one.
'99, 0-2. And I know last night he struck out the side, but today I like the contact. Easy ground ball to short, easy fly ball to left. And now 0-2 on the next hitter, Mike Nickias. Inning over. Maybe the fastest inning he's had all year.
100.
How sweet is that? Espinosa, Marrero, and Ramos, 8th inning coming up for the Nats. bill for unused minutes, redefining the meaning of fairness for the wireless industry. Learn more at Cox.com.
Let's check out the day of Wilson Ramos. Jesus Flores, 2 doubles last night. Wilson Ramos against Mike Pelfrey, first time up. Battled really hard to get into that count. 2 strikes. Stays on it. Double down the line. RBI. So good at bat right there. How about getting on top of a high fastball? Rode this one all the way out to left center field. Another double for Wilson Ramos. So last 2 nights, Nats catchers, 4 doubles.
Here's Jason Isringhausen. Last time the Nats saw the Mets, he was closing. And an old pro who back in his day when he was really, really effective had one of the best lockdown, drop-down curveballs of anybody. So he has exactly 7 saves this year, which gives him right on the button 300 for his big league career. He's been in 5 division series, 3 LCS with St. Louis, and the 04 World Series for them against Boston.
He still has a pretty good curveball that you're talking about. He'll go with a cutter and a fastball off of that. He throws that curveball a lot with 2 strikes. So it's get ahead with the fastball. He'll go to the cutter in on lefties and then drop the big 12-6 hammer with 2. And there it was. Didn't wait for 2 strikes, went right to it.
Denny Espinosa, bunt hit, RBI double, and a walk.
So he showed all 3 pitches to Danny Espinosa. First pitch fastball, second pitch curveball, third pitch cutter in. So he's seen them all.
Up the middle, hit the pitcher, slowed down near the bag, and Tejada cannot get the handle. Should be a base hit all the way for Danny Espinosa. That would give him a 3-for-3 day with a walk.
On base all 4 times. And this was just meant to be a hit. You check out the bare hand effort from Jason Isringhausen. Probably not the smartest thing in the world for a pitcher to try to do that. You could jam a thumb, break a fingernail, break a finger. And that ball almost hit second base, too. So right out of the box, Danny Espinosa was living good on that swing.
Chris Marrero 0 for 2 with an RBI and a walk. Following up the base hit by Espinosa, who's now 3 for 5 in this series. He's been on base 7 times in 2 games.
After an off day.
What a coincidence, huh? Way outside, 1-1. Ball gets away, but not far enough for Danny to try and advance.
And Chris Marrero trying to get on for Wilson Ramos. Get that tie and run to the plate.
Drew Storen warming up for some badly needed 9th inning work.
And he's hoping it's going to be a save opportunity.
Marrero on a flare to right. That'll hang up and be caught easily by Duda. So here are some numbers on the Nats catchers for the weekend. Ramos and Flores are 7 of 11 with 2 RBIs. And a whole bunch of extra base hits. So Wilson steps in 2 for 3. And in the series, he's 4 for 7. 2 singles, 2 doubles, RBI number 41. Breaking ball outside. Wilson Ramos now hitting .258. He gets a pitch on the inner half, but he got under it. Jason Bay waiting and left. 2 outs with 1 on. Today's copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Washington Nationals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the expressed written consent of the Washington Nationals. First at bat of the day for Johnny Gomes, who came in to play left field in the top of the inning. Isringhausen, 91, 38 years of age. Counting 10 times in his career on the DL for various lengths. And with Espinosa going, no throw. Danny bumps hard into that bag. And for Espinosa, that'll be his 14th of the year.
And they did rule it a stolen base. Sometimes you can go with the defensive indifference late in the game if you don't think that that stolen base means anything. Danny Espinosa hunting 20 stolen bases to go with a possible 20 home runs.
And Gomes hits it to the shortstop, Tejada. He's got this one. And the Nats are gone in the 8th. They've stranded 9 runners today, trailing the Mets by 3 into the 9th. As we come to the top of the 9th inning. Nats trailing the Mets 6-3. And Drew Storen will get some badly needed work. As Davey Johnson mentioned this morning, been tough to get them meaningful work with the Nats having so few late inning leads lately. Had to come from behind after the 8th to win last night. So it's been a while, FP, since the bullpen, the back end of it, has been set up the way you'd like.
Yeah, for Drew Storen, it's going to be a mental challenge today. He hasn't been out there in a while. Maybe try to trick yourself into thinking it's a save opportunity. We always talk about how closers are wired to get that save for their ball club. So get your work in, keep the ball down, have a good outing.
And meanwhile, the Mets will warm up a guy who got the loss last night, failing to close the ball game for them, as they'll give Bobby Parnell another shot. 6-3 ball game. And the Mets will have Nick Evans leading off in the number 9 spot, and then Ruben Tejada and Justin Turner. Phillies and the Marlins are in the 10th inning, tied 4-4 in Florida. And they're in the top of the 9th at Atlanta. Dodgers Braves tied up at 3. Evans flied to center in his first at bat back in the 6th after pinch hitting. Stayed in to play first base. And he was trying to jump on that first pitch 94 up in the zone.
And we've seen a lot of hitters do that to Drew Storen this year. I think that's the book on him. Get that first fastball, get it over with. Don't get into a slider count with 2 strikes.
Yeah.
But if I was Drew Storen this winter, I would work on a 3rd pitch. Maybe a changeup that he's featured a little bit this year, a split-fingered fastball, something else to keep a hitter thinking. We see Tyler Clippard all the time throw in that curveball.
That ball is hammered, and it dives on Johnny Gomes. A lot of top spin on that thing, and he grabbed it. 1 out. Top of the order for the Mets, and the 5th AB of the day for Ruben Tejada. So the Mets are trying to win a ball game and win a series today on a day when they were able to rest Jose Reyes. High in the air, left center, cruising for it, Worth. 2 quick outs for Storen.
It is time for our 4th drive of the game, and we're going to make it a 4th inning double off the bat of Danny Espinosa. We got a first pitch cutter down and in all over it. Hands inside the baseball. Lucas Duda all spun around in right field. That scored Jason Worth. He gets into second base. So Danny Espinosa having a big day today. 3 hits on base 4 times, a stolen base, a double. It's our 4th drive of the game.
There's Justin Turner, who's 1 for 4.
I'll just say this. If you haven't learned not to turn off the Nats in the 9th inning yet, I can't help you, but you never know what's going to happen with the top of the order due up.
And a closer who got spooked last night, didn't he?
Yep.
And a breaking ball by Storen fouled away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hiroki Kuroda and John Lannon. Labor Day tomorrow. That's Extra Johnny and Ray, a holiday edition at 12:30. And then we'll join you from the booth at 1 o'clock. First pitch from John Lannon at 1:05. Day games Monday, Thursday. Under the lights Tuesday, Wednesday. And a little pop-up. Who's got it? I think I heard it. And Keel said, got it. And that's it. Bullpen pretty good today. Todd Coffey struggled a bit, but the other guys have done it. Here comes the 9th.
Time for our WB Mason ninth inning update. That update shows the score of the Mets 6 and the Nationals 3. And as FP just said, never turn off the television set because you never know what this ball club can do, how they're going to pull one out.
It seemed that they have done most of their damage in the last inning or so when they have had a shot, Johnny. Last night evidenced that, and several times this year, this ball club's come back.
Well, Livan Hernandez, we'll be talking about him in our Nats Extra post game, and hopefully it's not his last time pitching at the major league level. I don't think it is. Do you, Ryan?
I don't think. Heck no. I think he's got a lot more fuel in that tank. I don't know if it's going to be here, though. You know, nobody knows, I guess. But just with all the young pitchers, at some point, older veteran moves aside. Is now the time? I don't know. I guess Davey and Rizzo know.
And that comes from about a former older veteran, I might add.
Oh, my gosh.
Let's send it back up to another couple of veterans, FP and Bob upstairs.
Thank you, gentlemen. Bottom of the ninth, top of the order coming up. Ian Desmond will lead off, and here's Bobby Parnell trying to redeem himself after giving up 2 runs on a couple of walks and 2 hits. And the only man he retired in the ninth inning last night was Ian Desmond, trying to make an out with a sacrifice bunt.
And pretty much fastball slider from Parnell, fastball upper 90s.
And Desmond will loft this one to left. That'll be easy for Jason Bay. This will be Brian Bixler batting for Drew Storen. Bixler up the middle, off the pitcher, scrambling for it, Turner, and he will get Brian Bixler on a 1-4-3. By the way, we wrap up the weekend with 92,407 here for the 3 ball games.
A pretty good play by Turner, knowing his runner. I thought as soon as that ball caromed off Parnell that Bixler had a chance for an infield single. Not the case.
Nationals fans turning out today to the tune of just under 30,000. And a 3-game average of 30,800. We're expecting a good crowd tomorrow and a big crowd on Tuesday. Hope you can come and join us here at the park. Ryan Zimmerman, a rare offer today. 2 strikeouts and 2 balls in the air. Two and one. Well, maybe Michael Morse will return refreshed tomorrow. Got a day off today. Against Hiroki Kuroda, who's been really untouchable his last 4 starts, 4-0 with a low ERA. Nats will have to bring their A game against those Dodgers the way they're playing.
Maybe you can get a couple guys on for Michael Morse in this inning.
Good thought. (3-1) and Ryan foul tips it. That's about to lead the season series 8-6. They will have won 5 out of 9 here in this park. 4 left in New York for the Nats to do some damage. And a 3-2 with 2 outs in the 9th. Bobby Parnell will walk Ryan Zimmerman. 1 more base runner needed to get that tying run in there. So Ankiel walks to the on-deck circle as Jason Worth takes his everyday practice swing and heads for the batter's box.
All started with the 2-out walk.
Jason Worth 0 for 2 pair of walks, 1 for 9, 3 walks in this series. And Zimmerman will go ahead and take second base.
I'm wondering if vision is a factor right now with the shadows and that swing that Jason Worth just took.
On the 0-2. Bouncer to third, one hopper to David Wright. Game over, and the Nats drop 2 out of 3 to the Mets, stranding 10 runners today. For FP Santangelo and Debbie Taylor, Bob Carpenter. The final, Mets win it 6-3, and they win 2 out of 3. Join us Monday afternoon. It's Kuroda and Lennon. The Dodgers will be here for a 105 game tomorrow. This has been a presentation of Mass, and stay tuned. Nats Extra with Johnny and Ray straight ahead. And from the booth, so long for just a while.